And it's a hello from Martin and Nick. Hi. And Martin, great to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, long time not see.
We've been doing lots of property assessments this evening, so we're kind of all anyway, right, okay. We're going to talk about 27 Dundas Road in Doncaster. Doncaster is an interesting area. I think it's got a lot of potential. We did a review of another property in Doncaster this evening, which I really liked. And well, we'll see what happens now. It's always a bit kind of lucky dip because we never know until we do the condition assessment whether it's a win or a fail. We generally know beforehand whether overall the capital growth and all these things is okay, but it's the condition. All right, and I'm going to now get into it and we'll look at this. So this property is in need of a lot of renovation, actually. And I'll start here. It looks like a 1930s house. It's had a new concrete lintel here, as you see, new brickwork. That's okay. And is it 1930s?
Yeah, between 1930s and 1949.
Okay. These kind of properties are generally okay with damp because they generally had reasonable quality damp-proof coursing and so on. This is a really nasty little kitchen, I will say. But
yeah,
anyway.
It's quality wall as built, no insulation, assumed. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's not small. It's like not correct.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just to kind of get into a rhythm with this thing, it's had a big renovation in its life, probably in the 80s, I would say. And that's good. It's got clay tiles, also quite good because they're easy to repair. They don't have to be nailed in. You can just kind of slot the new ones in if they crack. That looks like a felt roof. Hopefully we'll see the crisp pictures later, but felt roofs, they're a bit annoying because they do need quite a lot of maintenance. And we can see, how many square meters is this, do you know, from the EPC?
Yeah, 72, I guess.
Okay, reasonable size.
So, I just want to add, because they asked for the floor plan, I had one idea how it can be make 3 bedrooms, but we need to check the videos if it's possible.
Yeah, well, typically it's extend the landing, have a door here, and then bring it forward like that, and then, but you got to get the measurements for this property or the one next door to it, because obviously, you know, there's that. Now it's got a garage. That's interesting. Not a garage with a door, but a garage and a huge back garden. And it looks like it's kind of shared with the garden next door. We can see this on the map, in fact. Let's just have a quick look and see what's going on. And there we go. Yeah, big old back garden, and we've got the shed at the bottom. This is okay, I suppose, kind of suboptimal because you don't have any privacy with you and your neighbor. And you can see here, I think the neighbor has fenced their little bit off like that. They got the better deal here, I would say.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's.
But I'm not sure that based on the street view. Yeah. Based on the street view, I can see that the neighborhood parking the car in front, not there in the garage.
Yeah, there's space. It's just this.
The Mercedes one.
It's just this whole shared access.
Yeah, and it's 2015. Thing. Yeah. And now on satellite view, I can see that the owner have newer car, not the Mercedes. All
right, so let's get into the condition stuff because that's really where the action is. And this is a 1930s property. I suspect it's plasterboard throughout. The property looks like it had a thorough renovation about 30 years ago. The reason I know that is because that door is not from the 1930s. And generally speaking, when people do big renovations, and they upgrade the doors, it means that it was a thorough renovation. They thought, oh, let's just have a bit extra. Let's buy some new doors and put them in. And more validation that they really went quite far with the renovation. That's a fancy fireplace. That coving is definitely 1980s. Therefore, it's fundamentally probably okay downstairs. This kitchen, I can't quite make sense of it, but we'll have a look in a minute when we look at the view bar on this, because you got this counter here and you got that. You've got a 1980s boiler. 1980s, quite a good time for music if you like Spandau Ballet and whatever. The carpet needs replacing. You can see the underlay was never very good. You can see the floorboards here. Just an extra thing to do. A lot of the woodwork is very chipped as well, which means you've got to do that. But so far so good on things like damp and so on. This is obviously first the top floor. Glass looks okay.
I don't see any damps on the photos, so that's good.
It's good, yeah. It's good like that. The bathroom.
Cleaning and modernize. I will put floor new. I will renovate the floor.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a vinyl flooring, so you could put a more modern flooring in there and it would come up nicely. And put mixer taps in, maybe. If you can get rid of the bath panel, which you can, you might be able to squeeze your hand up there and just undo that and put a new set of mixers in. Anyway, it's all looking okay so far. Now let's have a look at the party piece, which is the viewer videos and pictures. Here we are. This is where all the detail comes in and then we can see what's going on. Okay. That was probably done a long time ago, but it looks new because render tends to do that. It just, takes a very long time for it to weather. And again, just very classic 1980s stuff, double glazing and so on. The other thing to note is the bricks are good. It's nice quality brickwork, and I don't see any signs.
They changed the door.
Yeah, oh, have they? Okay. And that looks like the damp-proof course there, that thick course of whatever it is. That would be that. All right, and let's have a look at the next picture or whatever it is we're looking at. Now, it may be slightly annoying for you to see this in portrait mode, but we asked them to because inside everything is on the vertical, whereas outside it's on the horizontal. Anyway, that's why we asked. And there's that garage. I don't like the lack of price. If it was me, I would be inclined to fence off the back and not receive cars, basically, or put a gate across here, and then you've got some chance of privacy. You got the kitchen door, and we've got that other garage. Somehow you might fence this off, and then you've got a pleasant garage. And there's no, is there a garage door there? There might be. I'm not sure.
No, there is not.
Right.
No, maybe it is.
And that roof looks fine. One or two slip tiles, but nothing major. I suspect that the roof might have underfelt if it was built in the 30s. Now that's quite interesting. Them next door, or those nice people next door, or somebody is building something. Let's just have another look at that. Obviously new fence panels. Oh, I see. Okay, so the nice people next door are building a
that's always
nice big fence. Nothing like a bit of separation from your neighbors. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. We like
always good to see that.
It is. If you spend money on the area or on your property, it means you care. especially with something like a fence, because it's a very what's the word? I'm sort of half looking at this and thinking about the word discretionary or marginally beneficial gain to the property. It needs quite a lot of decorating in that kitchen.
Wait. 2 kitchen?
No, utility room.
Yeah.
I see how this works. So they put the washing machine and the freezer in the utility room. The fence is probably something to do with this house. And they're doing and they're obviously doing a renovation because look at the silicon. So that's what's going on. They've obviously tarted it up a bit. When was this last sold, Martin?
I'm checking.
I think
2004.
Okay.
So almost 18 years ago.
Okay.
So this is the kitchen, and there is a utility room where they have washing machine, washing dishes, I guess.
It's quite a lot of redundant space in this house. That could be a downstairs lavatory, but then you have to reroute all of this, all the high voltage electricity, which really doesn't work with water. But anyway, I think it's a reasonably nice kitchen. It just needs quite a lot of work. Now you're probably thinking, or I hope you are, ooh, how much is it going to cost to renovate this house? And I would say paint and decorate a semi-detached house of this size, £4,000, roughly speaking. Now, generally, I'm being quite pessimistic about renovation costs these days because there's so much cost inflation, both wage inflation and materials inflation, that I would rather be conservative than optimistic. And I would say £4,000 for the paint and decorate. The kitchen is borderline. I think you might get away with that one. How much is this house on the market for?
115.
Yeah, you would not touch the kitchen. So it's a paint and decorate and fresh carpets, I would say.
Yeah.
And up the stairs we go.
Renovate the bathroom. Yeah, I think that with the renovation of bathroom, but I'm not fully, just make it better. I think it will cost 6,000.
Yes, I think you're pretty much on the money. It's the paint, the decorate, replace the carpets. Right, now here's a good example of a do you do that or do you not do that thing. Here we've got these nasty tiles, and if it was me at this kind of price point, I would just thoroughly clean this room, scrape off the paint off the tiles, repaint everything, waterproof, some kind of water resistant paint, because if it's not moisture resistant, it's going to be problematic. And as you see, some rather sketchy plumbing, but that's okay. I'm sure it works. Shower curtain needs replacing. There's a lot of mold in here. That's condensation, and that silicon needs to be redone. It's just painting and decorating. But at this price point, this is all okay. There's nothing really wrong with it that I've seen yet. No nasty damp issues. No big cracks. Plenty of space. The felt looks fine, so that's a good thing. And you'll get another 5-8 years out of that before it starts giving you trouble.
Renovating the house, and that's always nice.
Bit of damp in the corner there, by the way, but nothing major. This all needs just good painting and decorating. Make it lighter, just white everywhere. What were you going to say, Martin?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Nothing like that. So we need to check if we can convert to 3 bedrooms. What will? I need to check the floor plan.
I think the answer lies in some research. So not now, but Martin, maybe you could do some research and look around at other properties on this road and see if they've done it and how they've done it. That's the simple answer. The issue is you get involved in knocking out bedrooms and building extra.
I'm honestly.
Bit of damp. I wouldn't do it either. Ooh, bit of damp.
Okay.
Am I concerned about that? No, not really, because this cupboard has probably not been painted in 80 years.
Yeah.
It looks to me like it's original. And nice to see that straight line. You see the straight line at the top? Oh, that straight line, that's plasterboard. Oh, I like plasterboard. It means lots of good things. Altogether, this is a very straight up property, but to squeeze an extra bedroom out of it, I just don't see the point.
I don't see the point right now, but in few years, yes, you can, when everything will be stabilized and so. We check this one.
Yeah, there might be a benefit if there's a lot of capital gain around there, but we're yet to see that, of course. We're yet to analyse that. Okay, it seems to me that it's a £6,000 renovation. Carpets, painting, decorating, no significant damp issues.
A little bit kitchen. Right. Fix the kitchen
now I understand. Yeah, I think they've either... I don't really understand what they've done here. They've either replaced units in the kitchen, or this is plastic covering for the kitchen. I'm not sure which. I don't know if it's a new kitchen or not. I don't think it is, because look at the hinges. They're not aligned right. Therefore, this is very mismatching, but it's a modern enough kitchen, so you could actually buy new doors for it that match this. You can buy brown ones.
So 1,000 more.
Well, the doors are going to be like 30 quid each. It's just you need someone to care enough to get the measurements and do the necessary and do the research on it and so on. But yeah, it's that. Okay, let's just carry on. Yeah, big garden, and you just have this annoying issue here. If it was me, I would fence it from here to here and just turn that into a workshop or some sort of something else. Then you have the privacy. Then you can actually use the garden without feeling overlooked. Okay, nice house, nice condition, actually. Yeah. Nice. All right.
6,000 around renovation.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it feels about that. This is economy, by the way, and I'm also inclusive. I'm assuming that it's inclusive of VAT, so thus it's £5,000. And anyway, very low crime.
Yep.
Very, very low crime. That's great.
It's always nice.
Higher crime here. So there's obviously a problem around here. Don't know what that is.
But as you can see, you don't have crime on the main street. So I guess maybe it's converted altogether because of the postals.
Maybe. Maybe that is it. Yeah, it could be it actually, because of all of this going on. That makes sense.
And you don't have crime there. As you can see, I analyze this. That's why I'm saying, like, I think all this is converted.
Anyway, that's okay. I do a lot of canoeing and I like that river. It's a nice looking river. I don't think I've ever paddled on it. Someday when I go to Doncaster to look at property in person, I'm sure I'll go canoeing on it. All right, demographics, reasonably good. A bit of AB, that's good. Plenty of C1 and a relatively young area considering the old houses. And that makes sense. So the reason being that you have a whole generation that have come and gone. They've died basically. So when you get a new area, people move in, then they live there for a long time. You get a certain amount of churn, but yeah, it's a young area, which is interesting, surprising in a way. And the reason I know that is because the average age is relatively young, and there it is. Okay, the other thing, quite a lot of rented around here. That's okay. Very English area. Nice.
It's very central, that's why.
Yeah, I do like this property. And we've got a school, we've got schools, plenty of schools. So it's obviously a family area. That's good. Now let's look at the capital growth here. And overall, I would say it is good. Now we just looked at a property down here, which was very good. There is a lot of these kind of 16% going on in Doncaster. If I look at DN1, the short-term story, it's not an especially hot area. Capital growth isn't especially great. Turnover and rental, it's okay. It's not that dramatically quick. It's okay. At DN2, let's have a look at that. It is got quite good sales turnover. We don't have rental data. Good capital growth. I think this is all working nicely. So, okay, so my view on the growth on this area is that there isn't that much churn in the area, which is okay. It's a fairly settled area. It means it's not changing that much one way or the other. And in terms of its capital growth, well, it's a funny story with this one because, in fact, I'm not going to use this one as representative because there's a lot of like bottom end housing. I think this one here is more representative. And it grew by 51%, declined by 28%, which means that it's over half. So it actually reversed in value from 2008. Generally speaking, what I've noticed is that when you look at property cycles, and there are lots of them, if an area got overbought in the last cycle, 9 cycles, definitive ones, but a little mini one there, and if an area got really kind of overbought, then it sort of rebalances now. That sounds a bit loose, but what I'm saying is that it has headroom, I think, and the growth is only 23% from 2021. Now this is inflation adjusted, so it means it's 23% ahead of inflation over that period and 10% over the last 3 years. It's pretty strong. And what I've found through my correlation analysis is that as a property cycle progresses, people basically look further out from the usual suspects like Manchester, which of course is prime and is an amazing city. But Doncaster is not in the same class actually, but one class below, but it's still good. And this is good housing stock in a good town with good growth. And as I've said, as the cycle progresses, places like this will definitely increase in value because people are looking for value. And there is value here still, just about. So for 115 grand, that is a value house. Now, just to compare that with Droylsden, for example, an area that we love, but it's getting overbought, that house, pretty much identical, would be what, 180, 190?
Yeah, 180, 2 bedrooms. If it's 3 bedrooms, 200. And for example, if it's this in Stockport, for example, it will be 200.
Yeah, there's value here. There's value.
If it's Swinton, for example, 210.
The question is there value? And Martin is going to tell us all about it soon because once he's done the location stuff, then he's going to do the comparables and we're going to find out whether this is really good value.
Yeah, as you can see, you have a lot of like industrial commercial location around, but not really close, which is always good. And you have the rivers, which is always lovely and not far away. You don't have really like a green space around, but you have the rivers and you have here a huge park. So based on that, you have like a market here. So that's always good. It's there, not far away. You have also here, you have schools, which is always nice. So based on the location, it's really good. And if you want to go to the main train stop in Doncaster, it's 40 minutes by transport, or if you want to walk, it's 28, but usually it's like 23 minutes because Google always take the. Yeah,
and also, by the way, you can see it's walking distance from the Royal
Yeah.
Infirmary. So this kind of house will be
yeah.
rented out to a couple of nurses or something like that.
Yeah, because you have a lot of you have a huge hospital here, and you have a lot of bars and so on around. So that's always good. Yeah. So that's about. I want to say because they ask for if we can talk about the converting the house in 3 beds. And what I find similar property, and I will send. So you can see they just put wall to make this room smaller, and that's it. And the size is. This is more extended. Our property is extended only this part. The utility room is here, and this is the kitchen. So basically, this is extended full wide. But it's okay. It can be extended. I mean, it can be made by 3, but I will not touch it now. And I will explain after when the rent comes why. And so on, because you can just stick a wall here. You can make the doors here, and you can make a.
That's a super easy conversion, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and here it will be the. And basically you will it will be tiny but still okay. You can fit a bed.
Yeah, it's a viable bedroom.
Yeah, you can make if you want. This will be smaller but still okay. In my case, it still can. And how much it will be, the size of the bed. I just want to see. Sorry, I can measure. But I will give you authors. I just said one room will be around 3 meters, and the other room will be around 2.
It has to be 2. It has to be a minimum 2, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a minimum habitable.
No, but this is. It can be like 1. You can see it's 2. And it will be 2 meters, but the bed will fit in this way. So the bed it will be 3 meters. So it will be good. I will speak.
Well, if other people have done it, then it works.
Yeah, EPC is D, 72 meters square, 63. You don't need to be worried about anything. I want to say that the roof has loft insulation, which is always good. So yeah, it's EPC is good. It's the year of build. It should be around. Yep. What else? The house price. This number is 27. So I want to add for 27, it was 2004, 2003, 2002. I don't know what happened in this period, but this property was sold in 3 years, 3 times. But after that, it wasn't touched. So that's all.
Well, you can see it was turned over during the boom. This was the last boom cycle. Yeah. And yeah, just happened to have a lot of people speculating on it.
Yeah, and I want to add that now you will rent it for 675, and if you convert to 3 bedrooms, you will not rent more than 750. And when you calculate the cost of renovation, it's not viable in my point.
Okay, so the
675 it will be.
If we said $6,000, and that if you do the stud wall and jiggle it all around, it's probably another 4, I would have said.
But new doors, because this room here, this only changing, all this layout need to be changed. I think it will cost more because this cupboard need to be moved here.
Yeah, you do have to rip. Okay, well, let's be conservative and call it 5.
Maybe one more.
Well, it's not structural. It's just stud wall.
Yeah, but the rent will not change super. It will change 50 per month. So is it worth
Okay,
changing?
so then let's call it, to be really conservative about it, call it 5,000. And then it's obviously 50 into 5,000 is 100 months. And that means how many years is 100 months? It's like 8-year payback or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe 6, 7 because the rent maybe will be 75 more. But the people care about, but then your master bedroom will be this one.
Yeah, and it probably won't be a family home. It'll probably be some nurses or some younger professional people that just want a nice house and nice house share or something.
Yeah. So it's nice, but should I touch it? No. My point, but it's up to you. So
I'm inclined to agree. I think the way I would play this is if one purchased it, just don't do too much work in it. Then if one wants to sell it, then you'll realize a lot more value in the property if it's 3 beds. Now, there is another argument, which is, well, if I turn it into 3 beds, then I can upvalue the property. You kind of can, but surveyors tend to work off floor area. So if you add a load of extra floor space to it, then definitely you're going to upvalue it because there's a clear correlation between prices and floor area within reason, within certain areas.
I want to say that here it is, like this is like, if it's 3 bedrooms, how much is this property?
It's a slightly higher grade property, but yes.
But it's much larger, as you can see. So let's find some similar, not this, this, not this.
So what's the yield on this then? Assuming you sink in say £6,000 and you're paying £5,000 above the ask for the sake of discussion.
The asking is 115,
so you're in for, say, call it 125. So what's the yield at 125 cost?
$127, let's say.
Yeah.
6.4, which is very nice.
It's good, and it'll see a lot of growth over the next few years.
If you just want to extend, so 675 by 12. So that's 8, 10. So let's say you bought it for 122. I'm saying plus 122 plus 6K for renovating plus for the wall 5. So yeah. No, so what I did, sorry, you buy it for 122, sorry about this, plus 6,000 for renovation, plus 5,000 for changing the
for doing
layout.
The bedroom. Yeah.
So 133.
And then you get your
but on if you rent it for 6, but if you rent it as 2 bedroom, but you will rent it more, so it's 750 by, or 725, let's say 725 by 12, 13300. So it will be 6.5, which is nice, but a lot of hassle.
Yeah, the issue you'll face is doing any major renovation works like this, especially like adding an extra bedroom. From what I remember, I should know these things, but it does involve, you may want to turn screen share off. The issue you will face is building regs. So in other words, the local council will want to get involved, as far as I know. I need to double check this. Do I need planning permission?
And it's freehold. So yeah, and I want to say that the price is really nice, and I think if you can take it for 122, it's good.
Okay, so you can. Okay, I need to do some research into this to just find out whether you can. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they're saying it won't really add value from a surveyor's point of view, but the fact is it does, and it adds market value to it. And it says UK planning permission will not be required for erecting an internal partition, but yeah, UK building regs need to be satisfied. So what that actually means is the bedroom has to be big enough to satisfy building regs. And as long as it's minimum size bedroom UK, and it would have to be over 6.51 square meters for one person over 10 years of age. So what does that mean? It's got to be 2 meters wide, 3 meters long, or thereabouts. So that is your goal. If you can get 6.51 meters square out of it, then you're all good to go. Okay. Should we score it?
Yep.
Could you get 6.51 square meters, by the way?
We will check when this, but anyway, with 2 beds, it still works. So
yeah,
it's
all right. Condition needs a
not
bit
that
of
bad.
work.
Yeah.
It's
it, but nothing bad.
Quite a nice location.
Yeah, 4.2. I think it's really nice in
area. It's okay. It's not perfect. It's like crime, good.
It's so good.
Yeah, demographic. It's all right. It's not the best, but it's all right. Capital growth, oddly, quite good. Not red hot, but quite good. Solid. At least you know you can buy an asset here.
Yeah, and why it's good? I just want to say because people next door, as you can see, they're doing renovation. They care about the property, doing new builds, changing the fence and so on. That means people care about the properties, and that show you that it have value. So,
all right, I'm going to give it a 4 for capital growth because it's actually reasonably strong.
Yeah, it's really for Doncaster, it's really good.
Sell time, will it sell quickly? Yes, I think it would.
Price is quite good.
Yeah, price is good. Well, it's good. We're getting the yield we want, so it's the right kind of end of the neighborhood, and it's a decent enough condition. Will it rent? Yes, I think it will. Yield, Martin?
Yeah, it's really 6.4, 6.5.
So it's a 4.3. I'll give it a 4.2.
Yeah, this is, I think,
good. Yeah,
it's more about the yield than the capital growth, but the capital growth is still good. So
yeah, exactly. And I think the capital growth will accelerate as people look for more value. Anyway, we still have an outstanding question about would you fit in an extra bedroom? Can we just quickly go back to you, Martin, and can you dig out the screen grab of the floor span, the floor plan?
So this is the similar type of property.
What's that?
It's 43. An hour is 27. So basically it's the same property. As you can see, the only is that we have when they did the extension. Sorry about this. I will just close property so it will be large. So when they did the extension, they did full extension. They don't have this wall, and everything is the same. And what they did based on this, so I will just make it.
It's 2.7 by 2.1.
Yeah, I just want to add
the building regs is, so the room wouldn't be big enough. However, you would say this is the room for the baby.
Yeah.
Because it's a bedroom for a child under 10.
And they sure that this part is part of the stairs. And they just didn't show it. So let me try to see the photos. Maybe this will give us idea. We have 27 photos, so should be. This is the master. This is still good size. The bathroom, the outer bedroom. And yeah, here it is. It's quite good.
Yeah, there's your children's bedroom, and you don't have to have boxing in the corner for the headroom for the stairs, which is also very good. And therefore, you're not getting involved in any structural stuff.
Yeah, and the property is 47. I will check it on the map. Here it is. or it should be this because no, it's this, but it's just not. Yeah, it's just not. It doesn't let you result, I guess. With some of these, it's same properties, so basically you can make it. I just
Very
wanted
good.
to see.
Well,
So
there it
you
is.
can make
There's
it.
the answer. Yeah, very
You
good.
can. But just to let you know, it's a hassle. You'll have void periods until you've done it. We can do it. We can help you about that. But you will have void periods, maybe 1-2 months extra, because all need to be dry, all need to be done, and so on. So basically,
things need replastering. But then you might be able to get away with a lot of that if you're doing plasterboard, because plasterboard is obviously dry already.
Yeah, so just this is the situation. What you need to do: just straight wall here and up here, and I don't know. It will stay like this, I guess.
No, I think you could. No, because that's a double height thing. So you just cut across like they did in the other floor plan.
Yeah. So, but all these need to be have a new floor. So this is costly.
Yeah, that is hassle.
That is this.
Yeah, it's a £5,000 add-on, I would say.
Yeah, but if you make it this, you will have at least 50 pounds per month. It's nice. You will add value. But if I do this, then I will definitely change the kitchen and make the house much better than you see. Because this utility room, I will make it kitchen. I will make that. I will open this maybe if it's possible. Make this dining room. This clipboard, I will make it. I will add it to be, if it's possible, to be bathroom or so. But I'm not sure.
All right then. Very good. Well, okay, you may want to turn your screen share off. We'll just do the final. So the final is from demographics, capital growth, all of that point of view. I think it works quite well. Yeah, this property scores nicely. It's scoring just a touch above average. So our average is 3.95. We're at 4.03. We've done nearly 45 of these things. So the numbers are getting quite robust, and overall, I think this is a nice property, nice growth prospects, and it's the kind of property I would want to own.
Yeah, and when we do the scores, all the properties what we avoid, we don't include, so we don't score them. So that's why the score is good. And always it's a good picked property. It's not just randomly property.
Yeah, exactly. All the viewed properties go through a load of pre-assessment anyway. So because you know, it costs money to do these viewings and all that. So yeah, there we are. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And let us know what you want to do.
Yeah, I just want to add 120 if it's buy the property, it will be nice. 125, not more. I will not pay because it's Doncaster. 125, it will be like the maximum. The yield will still work, but it's still Doncaster, and you need to do renovation. So, yep, 120, maybe 127 if you really like it. So, but not more.
Very good. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.